Well, hello everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. Hope everyone's vibing. We are into day 3. I actually already recorded this episode, but I accidentally deleted it and it's gone forever. So here we are recording it again. I actually just recorded episode 4 or day 4. And then I was going through my exports and checking everything, and I realized that my previous recording wasn't there. So that kind of sucks. Anyway, the last 2 days we worked on following the speed of the ball, making sure we could do that. And then after that, we kind of worked on getting that pop and just getting under the ball even for a minute. That's pretty much the basics for dribbling. Now we're going to be working on some stuff that's a little bit harder. We're going to work on a few setups. Got a little training pack in store for you today, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, we're just going to get warmed up. You guys should know the drill. You know what's going to happen. We're going to get warm and then we're going to train. Hope you all have been enjoying this dribble training so far. I know I've been having a good time with it. Having a fun time brainstorming some of the future episodes. And it feels good to kind of put yourself through a self-imposed challenge and then follow through with it and complete it. And we'll all be going on this little journey together and training and learning. And it's just going to be overall a good time. So I really hope you guys enjoy the series, share it with your friends, maybe challenge them to it as well. I'm feeling pretty warm today, so I don't think we'll warm up as much as we normally would. Just so you know, I recommend if you're going into a ranked session to warm up a decent amount. You know, more than I'm doing today. I'm just kind of warming up just to get ready to train. So the warm up really doesn't have to be that extravagant by any means. Anyway. So let's go ahead and get into the training pack, shall we? Training pack code will be down in the comments as well, probably in the description. Probably just all over the place. I think I have it published. No, I haven't uploaded it, so we're going to upload that. So we're working on following the speed with this first shot, kind of like the other day when we were kind of working on following the speed. And this one's kind of just honing that in and getting us a little more comfortable with it. You're going to want to be able to do this definitely 10 times in a row before you really want to start working on dribbling, because this just gets you used to what it feels like to dribble the ball. Because if you go a little bit too back, or I guess, wow, it goes for a while, but if you let go of it, it's going to fall off and it's going to hit the ground and it's going to go away. You don't want to get behind it, and it's going to be hard for you to control. You just want to keep control of it, keep driving it up the side of this wall. And this kind of just gets you used to making those really small corrections you need to make. And you want to just keep on working on this. If you can't get it the first few times, don't worry. Maybe take note of what's causing an issue. See if you're getting ahead of the ball or behind the ball. And, I mean, obviously, if you're getting too far ahead of the ball, you just need to slow it down a bit. But if the ball's falling off the front of your car, you need to speed it up a little bit, or you need to make sure that you're kind of like in this position where you see where my back wheel kind of is? It's just inside that circle, and it's what's kind of helping me keep this forward. That's kind of the general position you want for most dribbles, is going to be that kind of position where my wheel is now. But to speed it up, you have to let it kind of fall to the nose, and just make sure you're tapping throttle, not holding it the entire time. Kind of want to do like a tap and hold, tap, and just kind of get a feel for how your car moves like that. And then this next one is going to be a little bit further. This is going to travel the entire distance of the field. I recommend that you be able to do this again, probably 10 times in a row. If you can do this 10 times in a row without dropping it, without losing control of it, and you feel pretty comfortable, I'd say you're good to start working on some dribble stuff. If you're still struggling with this, then you just need a little more car control to really be able to, I think, progress. Feel free to spend a day or two on this if you need to. There's no need to rush this stuff. It just takes a little bit of time. Some people will get it quicker than others. You don't need to mark your progression based on other people's, because that's like, I don't know, it's kind of limiting yourself. So just pay attention to what you're doing, take note of your progress, and be proud of yourself. This next one's kind of like a little setup. You just get under the ball, and you want to carry it into the net. just have to hold accelerate and then kind of tap it afterward. It's good to know you can pretty much hold it down until it gets onto the top of your car. That is accelerate. But if you're just keeping it on the front of your nose like this, it just means you're not accelerating enough under the ball. So right here, I'm holding it. You can see my little controller. Yeah, I had to double check I had that on. Yeah, you can see my controller, so you can pause the video and look at my controller overlay if you need to. But I pretty much hold it down the entire time. You want to make sure you get the ball up on top of your car like this before you start like tapping accelerate, or else the ball will just roll off your car. This is really good for just kind of getting you used to what positions the ball rolls off the front of your car and off the back of your car, because if you go too far forward, you'll notice the ball really starts to slow down. But if you don't keep accelerating, the ball will just slowly roll. So what I like to do with these early stages is kind of pay attention to where it is on my car, and then just kind of test how it feels to like hold and let go of accelerate and how the ball reacts accordingly. And it's good to be able to like slow it down and speed it up like this. It's kind of getting a feel for it. Do be careful with hitting reverse, because you'll kind of pop the ball away from yourself and it's very hard for you to come back from that. So make sure you're very lenient with it, because see, like here, the ball just shoots off my car if I tap it. To slow the ball down, you don't want to reverse, you simply want to let go of accelerate. Just for a few moments. I like to do it right when the ball is kind of getting towards just past the middle back of my car. I kind of let go for a minute and let the ball kind of roll back forward. Feel free to work on boosting a little bit with some of these. You don't need to, but it's good to start kind of just feathering it every now and again, kind of seeing how that feels, see how fast your car gets, and if you can keep dribbling. These next two shots are just from the side, so you kind of get used to dribbling it from one side to the other. Maybe try and dribble it to the right side of the net and then the left side of the net. Do that a few times. Should be a relatively easy pack, but it is good to practice basics and really get a good understanding of these. These don't have to be perfect yet. Don't worry if you can't get it every time, but just make sure you're setting some sort of a small goal for yourself. Once you start getting these dribbles down, you're going to see a lot of improvement with your control and your ability to set up other plays, maybe flicks, maybe passes, maybe stuff like that. If you want, you can work on getting little jumps and pops every now and again. As you get into the pack, you're going to get some that you really have to set up all the way by yourself. Oh, I think the game just crashed. Oh no, that was okay. That was just the biggest lag spike I've ever seen. Anyway, these ones are just setups. What you want to do here is just basically just accelerate into the ball. I turn just a little bit. The idea is kind of readjusting your setup, because if you just drive straight, you're just going to head to the side. You want to do a little turn and drive into the ball. This gets you used to getting the setup by yourself, and it's going to help you naturally get dribbles in game. Just focus on getting it into the net. Don't worry about doing it super fast. You don't have to dribble the ball fast yet. We're just kind of working on good habits here. Dribbling it as well as we can, controlling it as much as we can. Because if you're trying to boost this whole time and boost it, you're probably going to lose possession. If you boost at this, you're probably going to hit it too far away. And if you're going too fast, it's just, you're not paying enough attention. Once you get the dribble itself down and you're more comfortable, that's when you can start speeding stuff up. But I'd say for now, make sure you're really just focusing on getting a good pop there, getting the catch. When I go for my catches, I do like to kind of let go of boost and accelerate and let the ball just kind of fall on top of my car. And then I start my dribble as normal, tapping accelerate, etc. Hope you enjoy this pack. It's pretty basic. Any of the advanced players out there, you guys can definitely make this harder on yourself. Maybe add in some drifts. Maybe try and get the ball going backwards. See if you can do that. As I do know, eventually we will be getting to some backward dribbles, and that's going to be something I'm going to struggle with, but I think it'll be really fun to work on down the road. If you think you know any good like training regimens or anything like that we should add to the series, definitely let me know in the comments. Totally open to feedback with this series, as it's still new and it's kind of growing and developing as the time goes on. You know, if you can do this training pack, I'd say all the way through, get all your setups, and you can do it, you know, 5 to 10 times in a row without messing up, I'd say it's time to start working on something a little bit harder. Again, this pack's mostly just for the beginner levels. We'll make a few more training packs, and we'll have some more difficult setups, some difficult catches, and we'll really start breaking down some more difficult mechanics later on, but we want to really make sure we have the fundamentals down, make sure we have the setups really good, because without good building blocks, and the foundation has to be there, or else everything's just going to come crashing down later, and it might be even harder for you to learn something. I know I've kind of ran into that issue a few times while training stuff in Rocket League. There's tons of resources out there, so if you ever have any questions, you can ask me in my Discord, or you can look stuff up on Reddit, or even Google, YouTube. There's tons and tons of resources, so if you're not sure you're doing something right or something feels a little off, don't hesitate to ask. There's nothing wrong with that. So this next shot is a little bit different. Again, these are all supposed to kind of simulate different situations. This one you just kind of get a little catch from a different angle. You probably ran into this situation before where the ball's kind of coming towards your net and you need to get some sort of a dribble. Always practice this from both sides. And make sure you're not over-correcting with your left stick. You don't want to like be flying under the ball. When you catch it, you don't want to like turn too far. You just want to be making small little adjustments. Focus on your speed. Focus on not having any of those sparks. As minimal sparks as you can get is really good. You see how they're really small and really tight sparks? They're not really like really big sparks and the ball's staying right on my car. That's kind of what you want to look for. If you can get a dribble like this where there's no sparks, then you can assume you have the ball in a pretty good spot. This next one's a little harder. You have to get a little pop here, catch it, and turn it, and then recontrol it and drive it all the way back down the field here. Make sure you get comfortable with this one. This one should be one of the more difficult shots for you, and this is kind of like the benchmark into the next step of what we're going to be doing. Again, make sure you can do this from both ways 10 times out of 10. These dribbles are really at the low end of what we'll be learning, so you want to make sure you're really good at these. But don't worry if you can't get them. If you can't get them, that just means it needs a little bit of training, and it will be very satisfying once you get it down. This one, I like to try and catch here, and then dribble down kind of the left or right side of the field, and then bring it back in, just kind of make it a little difficult for myself. Because if you just go like this, it's kind of easy. So, just make sure you're challenging yourself with these. I trust you guys to know how to effectively train. You want to be challenging yourself, maybe add in a drift here or there, maybe here and there. See if you can keep control, not drop it. Anyway, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the training pack. It's a pretty easy one, but it really kind of pushes a few difficulties for some of the beginners, and it has a lot of good building blocks in it. So, I mean, I hope you enjoy. I appreciate everyone watching the series so far. Make sure to subscribe, join the Discord if you haven't, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.